What's up guys, my name is BooStreams and welcome to the complete Aurora guide. Today we will be discussing Aurora's statistics, her talent and trait, her skills, strategies, team compositions, pros and cons, and finally a gameplay showcase. If you like this video, remember to hit the like button. If this video gets 100 likes, I will make more complete guides like this one. But first a disclaimer. This video should not be taken as answering whether Aurora is good or bad and whether or not you should pull for her. It is entirely my opinions alone based on my own testing, and opinions are given to the best of my knowledge and tests conducted to the best of my abilities. Opinions and results may vary, and this video is not intended for scientific purposes. Please take all results and comments with a grain of salt.
この勲章、家に送ってもいい?
Aurora is a new 5-star duelist defender. When I saw her design, it was love at first sight. She follows in Thick Snake's footsteps as being a new thick panda with insane damage capabilities. She can be used in a variety of ways, but the best is as a boss or strong enemy assassin against enemies that can be frozen. The fiercer the blizzard, the warmer her hands.
病気になっちゃったけど、悪いことばっかりじゃないよってお母さんに伝えたいんだ。
At maximum E2 level 90 potential 6, Aurora has 956 attack, 722 defense, 30 DP cost, 4027 HP, 0 res, 70 second redeployment time, 1 block, and a 1.6 second attack interval. It is important to note, however, that at potential 1 she costs a whopping 32 DP. Let's compare her stats to her duelist counterpart, Eunectes. At E2 level 64, Pot 0 and 0 Trust, Eunectes has the same base attack as Aurora. However, even at E2 level 90 potential 6, Eunectes only has 722 defense, the same as Aurora. This doesn't necessarily mean that Aurora is better at tanking or worse at attacking due to her kit, which we will soon discuss. Since we're on global, Aurora does not yet have her module. However, she will get one in the future. Her module allows her to recharge plus 2 SP per second when not blocking enemies, and adds 380 to her max HP and 90 to her attack at level 3, giving her 1046 attack and 4107 max HP, which will be very important later on in the video.
私もまだまだこれからだからね。
Aurora's kit can be chillingly overpowered in the right conditions. Her trait is that she only restores SP when blocking enemies, which can make it awkward to charge up her skill at times. Her first talent, Frigid Respite, means that when she's not using her skill and has less than or equal to half of her maximum skill points, she stops attacking and restores 3% max HP or 3.5% at potential 5 max HP per second. This, in addition to her trait, makes her a poor choice for heli drop assassination compared to other physical duelists like Scatty and Neural the Radiant Knight. But once her skill is charged and she is able to attack, she can annihilate enemies with freeze. And since she starts with 10 SP, it takes her a short 10 seconds to generate her skill upon deployment.
又要出外勤任务吗？博士，我陪你。
Aurora's skill 1, Homeland Protector, increases her block to 3, defense plus 210%, and gives her 50% status resistance at M3, lasting 30 seconds but stunning her for 5 seconds after the skill duration. The defense increase means that her 722 defense becomes 2238. For comparison, a fully maxed Hoshiguma in skill 3 has 1266 defense, and she is considered one of the best tanks in the game. This means that in Aurora's skill 1, she is incredibly tanky. Moreover, the 50% status resistance makes her a good choice in maps where she could be frozen, cold, or stunned, such as the current Gnosis event and CC1's Pyrite Gorge. Considering her high DP cost, awkward skill charging, and 5-second post-skill stun, however, she is not the best choice as a consistently tanky defender, so I don't recommend using her skill 1. Where Aurora really shines is her skill 2. At M3, her attack interval increases slightly, attack is raised plus 75%, and she inflicts cold for 2.5 seconds to the target. When cold stacks, the target becomes frozen, and when she hits a frozen target, she deals 330% of attack as damage. These multipliers are insane. This means that against a frozen enemy, Aurora's final attack is increased to 5,521. Chen Alter, a broken operator with insane multipliers, has 2,559 attack in her skill 3, less than half of Aurora's. If the enemy is not frozen, however, Aurora's final attack is only increased to 1,673, and because of her slow attack speed, she is only able to hit 330% every 3 hits. Cold, cold, frozen. Unfortunately, she must be paired with another freeze operator, that is, Gnosis, to bring out her full potential. Yera could work, but her freeze has less uptime than Gnosis and is RNG based. 1,673 attack is still high, but if you want to assassinate powerful bosses such as Patriot, Aurora needs support from Gnosis. Against a frozen Patriot, Aurora deals 3,421 damage versus 84 damage against an unfrozen Patriot. Note that with the extra 90 attack from her module, Aurora will be able to deal even more damage, as her final attack will be an incredible 6,641 final attack versus frozen enemies.
血，令敌人的血冻结。
Regarding strategies and team compositions, Aurora is best paired with Gnosis, not only due to Gnosis' ability to freeze the enemies for Aurora, but also because Gnosis applies 50% fragile effect to frozen enemies, enabling Aurora to deal 5,132 damage against Patriot. If you or none of your friends do not have Gnosis, however, it is okay to use her alone. She is also very good to pair with standard bearer vanguards for DP generation due to her cost, the best choice being Sail Leech, who reduces her DP cost by 2 if you place Aurora right after. Finally, because of her 1 block and stun after skill 1, she is best paired with a CC operator who can slow enemies such as Chen Alter or Suzerain, as well as an operator who deals consistent damage. In terms of strategies, you'll have to place Aurora strategically so that she can block enemies and charge her skill. You might have to have someone behind her to catch the enemies, like a Vanguard or another defender, or even Mountain, due to her 1 block. If you are using her skill 1, you should generally activate her skill when 3 enemies approach her, since the duration is not very long and you'll want to take advantage of the entire blocking window to DPS the blocked enemies. For skill 2 boss assassination, you'll want to place down Gnosis on a tile so that enemies in Aurora's range are in Gnosis' range for freeze. Activate her skill and Gnosis skill at the same time, and you'll shred through tough enemies in no time.
もっと楽に勝てるように、今以上に強くなってみせるよ。
Let's talk about Aurora's pros and cons. Pros: insane multipliers and high damage output. Very high base stats. Able to apply cold and freeze enemies, reducing their attack speed. Thick. Cons: extremely situational. Deals physical damage. Long attack interval. Cannot sustain freeze on her own. Not a consistent defender.
お菓子、全部食べちゃった。え？お腹すいた？雪が家族を温める。
こちらチェン、そいつらを逃がすな。この程度で止まると思うな。こちらチェン、こっち来て。私の体の内部1400度にもなんだよ。
ブムの特製料理だよ。雪が家族を温める。わあ、本気で行くよ。
強化しろ。敵をし、そいつらを逃がすな。
命令を。雪が家族を温める。
私の思考を妨げる。
雪がこの血をたぎらせる。よくだね。祝うの。立ち上がる。タキちゃん一生懸命にする。ドクター、雪がこの血をたぎらせる。すぐに着くから。命令を。雪が家族を温める。
悪 くない場所だ。
今行くぞ。さあ、雪がこの血をたぎらせる。救急キットだ。使え。死ね。
What do you think of Aurora? Did you pull for her? Did you get her? Leave a comment below. If you enjoy this content, the best way to support me is to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.